Why do drawings in a Waldorf classroom lack facial expressions? This detail is actually a beautiful invitation for children to actively participate and imagine the character. So instead of giving something that is finished, we are opening the space and giving the children opportunity to use their imagination and actively participate in order to visualize or picture the character and how it is changing throughout the story. So we are trying to nurture and to really develop the imagination in a young child, especially before the age of 9. When we observe a young child, we see that they are naturally inclined to use their imagination. The richness is already there. It is sometimes the invitation that is lacking. So giving this unfinished picture, which for some people might seem unfinished, is really a window, an opening for children to imagine. And imagination is a capacity to engage meaningfully with the world and to develop into a creative adult who can think freely, think for themselves, who can tackle problems with confidence, with that sense of innovation, of bringing something new, stepping out of the paradigm. So in general, if we observe the ambience or the artistic style in a Waldorf classroom, we could describe it as dreamy. Something is fluid. There's that fluidity, which is this openness. And this openness is what allows something new to exist. So when a child is experiencing a table theater and the puppets are moving and they don't have that fixed, that finished face, even a lot with their clothes, it can come off as feeling dreamy. The children are creating with that puppet through their ability to visualize and picture the details. It is something new for each child in that room. The character is different for each one of us. The way I picture the emotions and the way somebody else does. It all of a sudden becomes very, very lively. It is a living process between the viewer and what is there. Throughout the course of the story, the character, the doll, or also this is applicable to free play, when children are playing with dolls that don't have finished faces. This neutrality allows the character to express a wider range of emotions. If we have a character who's always smiling, it becomes unnatural for us to role play or create a dialogue where they are angry or fearful. And so again, this brings a whole level of depth and liveliness to the performance, to the drawing, to the free play. Now let's consider stories as being universal. The tales of individuals are really connecting all of us through this human journey. So through that archetypal lens of a story, if we are focusing on the specifics of that individual, are we highlighting for the young child that this story happened to this one individual? Or are we inviting the possibility of relating to that story? So all of us have experienced something in common. And that universality of the stories themselves can really be more easily grasped and felt by children when there is that sense of fluidity, that openness, that this is his story, this is also my story. This is your fear, this is also her fear. And it brings us together, that commonality of the experience. Now this is different in the 5th, 6th, upper grades, where stories are more historical accounts, more biographical in nature. So here we are in a different developmental stage, and here we are telling the story of this individual and what he or she, what they did in their lifetime. This is different. Whereas for the young child, if a part of them can be reflected in that story, then it is more nurturing, it is more meaningful to experience it in that way. It's personal. Again, there is that lively, dynamic connection forming because that character is so close to me, that there's a shared humanity between this that I'm witnessing and myself, or my inner self. And I hope this has shed light on some of the reasons behind why omitting the facial features or some of these details from art or puppetry for the young children, especially under the age of 9, is really more of an invitation. Nothing is lacking. It's actually an opportunity, an opening to create something new, and for the children to cultivate that imagination, which is such a gift and such a natural part of themselves at that age. So I hope this was enlightening for you, for some people who are new to this philosophy and this pedagogical world of Waldorf. And for more information on Wonderstand, resources and offerings, there are courses that can be appreciated from the comfort of your home, and hopefully we'll also invite these beautiful children to imagine, to imagine and to create new worlds and new possibilities. So follow the link in the description, and hope to have you join again.